Alan Richardson. Just based on that first case study that you presented, where the site was around about 21,000 metres cubed, well, just based on my back of the envelope calcs, I would imagine that would have generated probably between 10 and 15,000 energy saving certificates. Did was that site in New South Wales, or where was that site?
There are no energy saving certificates or anything like that. There's no government involvement in any of this. It's just the client, he buys on energy performance. There are 3 clients so far who've done this, and they've all done it for the same reasons. And the two reasons are energy performance. The second reason is that the ammonia inventory in the air coolers inside the refrigerated warehouse is so low that if you lose the charge in one air cooler, the ammonia concentration in the warehouse will remain below 150 parts per million in the vast majority of cases. 150 parts per million will not kill you. It will smell, but you'll have plenty of time to get to the door. It needs to get to 500 parts per million before it gets really unpleasant, and 5,000 parts per million before, it starts to get really hairy and you're going to die if you don't get out.
Thank you.
What about reliability, Stefan? How does it compare to an old F-gas or fluorocarbon system? How are you finding that?
I mean, with these ammonia systems, you get what you pay for. So the reliability of these low charge systems is the same as you would expect from a conventional liquid overflow. I mean, it's industrial compressors, industrial evaporators, big and heavy stuff, So you get what you pay for. It's more expensive for a reason. There are all these other add-ons, the PPE and the shower and all this outside. Now, it is possible, in my opinion, to get ammonia plants like this very much down in price. What it needs is the air cooler industry and the compressor industry and all those people who make components that we use as contractors to dedicate themselves to make gear that is lighter and maybe a little bit more semi-industrial, not big heavy industrial. That'll get the price down. We know this today, we can make ammonia evaporators for cold rooms that are so light that they're the same weight as a copper aluminium evaporator that runs on Freon. We know that, but just nobody makes them yet.
Stefan, over here, I think when you and I talked about the proportion of the, total cold rooms in Australia, about 100,000, and about 20,000 of those were appropriate for ammonia. Is that in the order of magnitude?
I wouldn't put it that high. I'd probably put it more at 5,000 in that order, that they're really candidates for conversions like these. Every time you go and look at an existing system like the one that cost 1.9 million to convert, they're all the same. And the numbers all come out. In those jurisdictions where the energy price is down around 15 cents, payback might be 6 years, but in those jurisdictions where energy price is 30 cents per kilowatt hour, payback is as low as 3 years. There's one case in the Northern Territory, it'll cost $2 million to convert it to low charge ammonia. The energy bill and the maintenance bill, those two combined, the $1 million, that will reduce to under 200.
Got it. And by the way, I could ask Selvin, but I'll say it for him, or John Clark, the remainder, the vast majority of the remainder are appropriately converted to hydrocarbon refrigerants with major energy savings.
That would be a fair comment. Yeah.
Actually, Stefan, this isn't a question, it's more a comment I wanted to make, because I'm conscious of the fact there's a lot of specifiers and such here, is that, Stefan's the ammonia guy, myself and Selwyn, we're hydrocarbon guys, and there's Klaus, who's a CO2 guy, and we, our main competition is the synthetic gases, of course, but we also naturally compete with each other as well, and we're promoting the benefits of CO2 and ammonia and things like that. But that competition that you're seeing here is like, if I could put it in a picture, it's like the ammonia guys saying, choose my Bugatti, and the CO2 guys saying, you know, choose my McLaren, and the hydrocarbon guys, you know, saying, you know, choose your own name of a high performance car. Well, what we're competing at that high level, and if you have a good design system, as Stefan points out, when you choose a natural refrigerant based system, you obviously want to try and choose the right natural refrigerant, but in a lot of cases you're going to come out with something that's always superior to a synthetic refrigerant.
We're encouraging the industry to drive Lamborghinis, clearly.
I just had one comment for John. I think the HFC proponents, they are quite capable of designing systems that are almost as good in energy efficiency as the ones we've just been looking at here. So it begs the question, why aren't they doing it? I always get accused of doing unfair comparisons because I compare two-stage ammonia with single-stage air-cooled Freon. Well, you know, all I'm saying is that those people out there who pay, the end users who pay the electricity bills, I don't think they care too much whether it's two-stage, three-stage or single-stage and what goes around in the pipes, as long as they save energy and money.